Hello and welcome to hello and welcome to Colouring with Colourful Crafts. I wasn't sure if that was working then. Okay, so for today's video, as you can see, it's a little bit different. What I've done is I've gone and bought a couple of these Caran dash watercolour water soluble what are they called? I want to say pencils, not pencils, pastels, which are meant to be water soluble wax pastels, each including 3 exclusive colours, and I think you get 3 exclusive colours here as well. So all down the side you can see what colours are. Anyway, I'll open them up. I haven't opened them up yet. I thought I'd just wait until I get this all on camera. So that's what I've got. I think they're the special edition ones for the 50th birthday. As you can see, that little logo on there. I have an old one that I don't really use. Oh no, I don't have an old one. It doesn't seem. I thought I had an old one somewhere, but I have these, which are the Rowney, however you pronounce that. These ones that I've used for a bit, basically pretty cheap. Do sure I had some somewhere. I do think I had some somewhere, but I don't know what I've done with them. I've also had these ones, which are quite good. Again, these are from Dino Wakeley, and these ones are water soluble pigments. As you can see, I've used these quite a lot, but I saw these and I thought, well, at least I want to have a go and see how good they are. So I'm just searching because I'm sure I had, maybe I've never had the Caran dash. No, I don't believe I have got any of their pastels before. I thought I had. Anyway, so I've bought a couple of these off Amazon just to try them out. I'm not being sponsored. I just saw them and I thought I want to try them out. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone and got first of all, I'm going to try them out in this little watercolour paper pad, as we've done with the other ones. These were the KJ Caran watercolours that I've tested out, and then the first ones as well over there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test these ones out here, and then to see how they work in a colouring book, I've gone and picked this one of mine, which I've had in my colouring collection for a long time, many years now. I haven't got around to colouring it, so I thought, well, okay, let's try it in this. And I picked this one also because the paper seemed to be quite thick. If you see that paper, it's got quite thick paper, whereas some of my other books, they aren't as thick. And obviously I'm still working on the Hannah Carson one, so I just wanted a book that it doesn't really necessarily matter as much, and I just thought this would be kind of, and I think they've even used kind of, it looks like they've used a bit of crayon there on this one as well. So I thought this would be a good book to test it out on, and I'm not so bothered if I go wrong on this, whereas I'm more into my Hannah Carson's and even the Maria Trolle books. Anyway, you know which I mean. So here we are. I'm going to open these up now on camera like this, and then we're just gonna try them out and see what we get out of them. I've not tried them before, so put that in the bin. Let's see. So they each come in these cute little tins, and the page I'm thinking of doing today is, if I can show you, is this one. Oh no, it wasn't that one. Sorry, it's the one behind where I've put the marker. Maybe that one wants to be done. But I thought this one, because with a jellyfish you get all those different types of like you get the blues and the pinks and the purple. You can get anything with the jellyfish, can't you? But I just thought it would be a good one. I'm going to have to bend it a bit to try and to crease the spine, which I don't like doing, but I'm going to have to do it. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. Let's open this up. Let's see what we have. We've got a little booklet here, which platform for creative online course. All right, so it's just going on about an online course that you could take if you're interested in that. So those are the first ones, and this is the second. Again, a creative online course. If you want to do these, do that. These are a bit more of a pastel, if that makes sense, and these are a bit darker and more bold. So let's see. I'm going to put these at the side. Here I've got some water, and I've got my little very useful little Jane Davenport and I say pencil again, a paintbrush. Right, so let's see. I'm just looking at the colours I have now. As I say, this is just a test. I'm probably going to test it on here first, actually. Let's just do that first and see what happens. Now, the difference in paper, obviously this is watercolour paper and this isn't. So they might react different. Let's see. First of all, I'm going to go for a very bold dark blue. It's come off of my finger a bit though. So we shall see what these do. Let's just rub that along there. Oh, that's coming out quite nice actually. Yeah, it's quite easy to put on as well. It's not, you don't really have to be quite hard when you're doing. And then let's put a bit of this, which was the, oh, I do love violet colours. The, yeah, violet. No, it's got a weird like little thing where you can, oh, I think you can peel it off. As you get further on with it, you can just peel them off like that. So you don't have to have all the surrounding paper on the, you know what I mean. So let's see how water soluble these are. Let's first of all put these colours together, because I think a violet and a dark blue kind of work well as colours together. So I'm just putting on a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna apply like this. Oh, that dark blue, or what I thought was dark blue, is actually turning purpley. Purpley. Oh, okay. So it's more of a purple actually, is that one? I don't know, because that looks, it says indigo blue, but that to me looks purple. But they go on very nicely. And then I'm just going to put a bit more water on and wriggle it around a bit. So merge those together. Ah, that's quite nice actually. They're really working. The water is kind of merging them together, and it's, yeah, it seems to really take well. I don't know if that's getting it on camera or not, but that is taking really well. And as you can see, they go together really, really nicely. You can blend them in a bit more if you wanted, or a bit less. Or you can even take this and kind of drag it more to the top of the page here, and then drag it back down again. See if that's the two. But that to me looks like they blend really well together. I don't know what you think, but overall I think that's nice. What I don't like is sometimes if you use a lighter one, which is why I've got these, sometimes they can leave like a mark. I'll demonstrate. Let's see. So let's try one of these lighter. This is from the yeah, they're both the same, but the lighter one anyway. Let's see. So I've got here a lighter, what does this say? I don't know what colour that is actually. So let's see here. So, oh, right. So this is like a light peachy colour. So let's put that down. And then, for example, let's merge it with another blue and see how well these two work in comparison to the other ones. I'm just for more my personal interest as well. Right. Oh, right. So, yes, you can see there, we're getting a bit more of a, yeah, that nice pink there. And then that blue, I've just put on with a bit of water, and I'm just going to do that there. And that seems to have worked really nicely as well. God, these are nice. I think I'm going to throw my other ones out because they seem to have taken a lot better than what my other ones would have done. Yeah. So that's a really nice. That one doesn't seem to work as well. Maybe the two colours are too strong next to each other, but that one's worked. I can see that one working. Like, if you see that there, that was working really nice. Let's just try let's try a bit of green. Let's do a little bit of green here. And then above that, let's do a bit of yellow. And so this is just a test page, it doesn't matter. And also it might turn out different, because I think with this being watercolor paper, you've got more tooth to it, whereas on this one you don't. So I mean, that's just brilliant. I don't know how the other one is going to do on that paper, but you see how easily that just blends in now. A bit of water and then that's it. It's really simple. I really like that. I really like those. They're really nice to blend together. Really impressed with them. Well, I say impressed, the top one not as much, but the rest of them seem okay. So let's put that aside and let's get into this one. So let's do a bit of a colour along with it, see what we think. This is my first page in this book that I've actually done. I don't believe I have any other pages, as you can see, that I've coloured in. So this will be a bit of a first time for me, but seemed quite a good choice to go for. So since he is a jellyfish, I fancy some blues together and maybe a green. Let's try this. Try blues and greens. Okay, so let's just see. Again, I've not done this, so this could be a disaster, but doing it on camera I thought would be a good way of testing it out, and also you could see if you like the results and want to perhaps purchase these the Caran colour pastels 25th 50th edition, birthday edition. So this is what's going on like. That seems okay. Just doing a bit there, and then we'll blend it out. And then I'll put in a bit of a lighter blue on top, like that. Even like on top of the dark, just so that they really blend in well together. And that seems to work. Let's try. As I say, when it's all new things, you know, you don't know really what's going to take and what isn't. I tell you what, we'll do an even lighter blue on top of that. So this one. Oh, I think it's quite nice as that. Just blend it in. Go over it a few more times than you probably would necessarily think you would have to go over. And then I'll go in with a bit of my green. Unfortunately, I've only got one green, but that's okay. We can go in with that. See how that works. Oh, I've also got that one. I should have really done that one, shouldn't I? Because that's more of a cobalt blue. Oh, an Amazonite. Anyway, yeah, maybe a bit of that here, perhaps, just to introduce a bit of a green into the blue, and then you've got the green. Okay, there we go. So there we have it. That's just to see. Now, what I'm interested in is how well do these all blend together. And given that this is different paper as well, I'm not too confident, but I'm reserving my judgment. Right, so I'm just going in with water. Whoops, I've managed to go. I'm always doing that. Always going over the edge. And then I'm trying to make that bit of water kind of last a bit longer, so whoops, I keep going over the edge. So it kind of gets to all of it, and it gets that the paint moving. So they're kind of like a waxy paint. So a bit like oil paints, except for you don't have all the. I had such a bad episode with some oil paints I bought, and I was trying them out because I'd never tried watercolor. I'd never tried oil paints out before, so I thought, oh, okay, I'm gonna give these a go. So I did, I stupidly spent a small fortune. You know how these things are. And I thought, I'm gonna try them out. So I did. Luckily not on a colouring page, but just like on a big plain sheet of paper. As you see, obviously, watercolour paper and all that. But I could not get on with them. It was just an absolute nightmare. And ink was going everywhere, and it really was a nightmare. I'm not even kidding. So I thought after that, I don't want to use them again. So I ended up giving them away actually to my mum, who is quite creative herself, and she was like, yeah, I'll have them. So I said, oh, well, you just take them then, because I can't get on with them at all. I'm just taking it off with my nail because I'm always ending up going over the edge. So yeah, these are blending in really well. I mean, they are really blending in well. Even that colour is coming into the green, but it doesn't really matter because it just all merges together really well. And I say you can go back over it and and kind of move the things up. That looks, I don't know about you, but to me that looks really nice. Oh, it's taken it really well. I am impressed. I am genuinely impressed. The problem is I don't want to leave that to dry like that because you're going to get the marks. So I want to always kind of just keep over it like that. Maybe I've over rubbed it there because it's starting not to look. That's why I always have clean water when I'm doing this. I suppose one thing you could do, if you are a bit worried about that, is you can take some kitchen roll and then just dab over parts that you think are a bit too painty, you think you've got a bit too much water or it's not blending the way you want. That might help it a bit, gives you a better idea. So that's what they've come out like. I'm quite impressed with those. Yeah, though quite nice. Really, I really like these. I might use these more for like backgrounds instead of, because I've been trying a lot to use the watercolour for backgrounds. I feel like these would take better. Now the real test is, has that come through to the other side? And it hasn't. Oh no, it has. I don't know if you can see that. Come on, let me get this in a better light for you. So if we turn to the other side, and you can see it has gone through a bit there. You see that shadowing? So I'm a bit disappointed with that, I must admit. But then again, I did use quite a lot of it, so I might have you know, overdone it, used too much, I don't know, but there is definitely shadow in there. Whether that comes worse as it dries, but the overall look is good. And I think with these ones, if you let them dry, which I'm going to do and then come back to this, you can go over it with anything like pens, you know, pencil, anything like that. So I'll do that, let it dry, and then come back. So it's been a while now, and it's dried out. It's nearly dried. Some of the edges have gone a bit crinkly, and but overall I think that's quite good. I've made a bit of a mistake there, it's a bit patchy, but I guess as I use it more and more. So what I did was I decided that this would be the under the sea, so I went in, I did like a bit of a gradient with the blues and the greens, and it worked quite nicely, in fact. And then I added these pink things onto the jellyfish, and it's really worked. It's really done well. It's really done quite well. The only thing is under here on this side, it's made, when I've obviously gone over it at the edges, it's just leaked a bit up there, but otherwise it's fine. And the colours are really nice. Obviously, I think if I only used quite a light amount of them. I think if I was wanting to get a darker background, I would have to press down a bit harder. But it's worked really nicely. And here I'm just going to show you, as you can see, I've added some ink to it. So I'm just going to try a few different pens out. These are just my my brush pens. I'm just going to add a bit of lilac into this middle part of this circle and a bit here, just to see what it does, because it does say you can use pen on top. So this is more of a personal, I suppose, experiment, if you like, to see what would happen. And I'm also going to use a little bit of let's see, try and use some purple for the purpley part. Well, for this part, maybe this little circle here that they've included in the picture, and then there's another one here. Yeah, so let's just see what it will do if I am adding. Yeah, if I do add a bit more, you know, if I'm adding a few more layers of ink on top, just curiosity really, because I've never used these oil pastels before. It's pretty new to me as well. So what you're seeing here is basically my first time using them. But so far, they look really nice. They look really well, and they've gone on quite well. It's really, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. This one, let's see this one. Yeah, let's give this one some colour as well. Look, now this is quite a dark ink, so I will be surprised if it doesn't show and bleed through. But we never know. We don't try it. Put another little dark one there. Even it out a bit, maybe a dark inner part of that circle, dark part there. Right, so yeah, let's see. So I've added some pen on top, and now we want to see if it's going to have bled through. My opinion, I think it will have done, but I'll find out. Oh, no, it hasn't. It has not bled through. I am really impressed. So it's still got a bit of a faint there, if you can see, and here a bit faint. But that's more from the oil pastels rather than the ink. So surprisingly, the ink has not come through at all. It's more the oil pastels that I've let through a bit. That's really interesting. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, that was a bit of a new one for me as well. I've never quite recorded real time before, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, those were my new these ones, Caran Dash special edition wax pastels. Yeah, overall quite happy with how that turned out. Let me know what you think, and I'll try and link the to Amazon below where you can purchase them, because I think that's worked quite nicely. Thanks, bye.